Good afternoon, this is Ken Savarman coming to you with another video review. Today we are going to be looking at the Fernweh. I'm not exactly sure that's how you pronounce it, but it's F-E-R-N-W-E-H. This was sent courtesy of Ken Rivera and Dan Brown and team. Thank you guys very much. But before we get into the mod, I want to show you the packaging that it comes in. So this is actually another Fernweh that's going to the raffle winner. So let's look at this one. So let's start with the packaging. First of all, you get this exquisite, what appears to be tan leather display case with the Fernweh logo emblazoned on it. You can see the star there with the footsteps going up the mountain on your way to your journey. When you open this guy up, I mean, the presentation is just, it's top notch. It's the best I have ever seen on any mod ever, anywhere. So when you open it up, this is what you get. You get a booklet that talks about the story of Fernweh, what it means, etc., etc. You get a wooden bog rat made out of the same wood that your mod is made out of. You get a wooden drip tip. Again, same wood as a mod. And then of course, you have the Fernweh itself. So let's talk about the mod. I'm going to go ahead and keep this one out for a minute while we talk about the mod. Let's put all of this back. And now we are talking about two Fernwehs. So this is serial number 1. One right there. This is serial number 7. Now I know Ken and Dan and team are still refining this, right? So there was a first run of, I forget how many, I think it was like 10 or 12 or 13. There's another run of 100, and there will be more after that. But for all intents and purposes, I'll call this the trial run. I know they're making some changes in the run of the 100 that they're into right now. That they're incorporating some changes even from this run. So let's call this a pre-production, not a full production mod. But having said that, let's talk about the mod itself. The mod is incredibly well done. So let's start from the top and work our way to the bottom. So there's the top of the Fernweh. You can see, again, no gaps, which, you know, Ken and Dan, you kind of expect a world-class mod, and that is in fact what you have. So you have your manually adjustable 510 in there. Come back around. This little step down here is actually very comfortable in the hand. All of the buttons are flush mounted, which is awesome. This is an SXJ chip in here. You've got your USB at the bottom. Come back to the bottom. You've got your battery cap, and in there you can hear it as a plastic insert so that you can use 18650. Of course, this is a 26650 mod, and of course you've got your adjustment screw right there to eliminate battery rattle. So the spine, see these 3 little grooves right here? You would think that that is purely aesthetics. It's there to give it some design interest. In truth, I know that these guys, they polish, no, I'm sorry, not polish. They sand the entire mod by hand using, I forget what Ken said, 5 or 6 or 7 different varying coarseness of sandpaper and steel wool and a number of other things to give it that sheen, which hopefully conveys on camera. I mean, this is hand rubbed, hand fitted, hand polished, for lack of a better word, even though it's not polished, hand sanded to fit the contours of the frame exactly. And they do this to such a high degree that when you hold the mod, it is slick. It is not, I mean, you feel some of the wood grain, but it is butter smooth. So getting back to these grooves, even though they're aesthetic, when you're holding the mod, they actually give you, against your pinky or your forefinger, they give you, or I'm sorry, your pinky or the finger next to your pinky, they give you sort of a positive grip on the mod. Even though the mod itself is perfectly smooth and sand it off, it gives you this sort of positive grip across the bottom, which to me is a really great design touch. It's not something you'd think of, but for me, these grooves really not just provide aesthetics and some visual interest to the mod. They're quite functional. So as far as the mod itself, this you can hear has the tube in it, does not have a battery. So let's go to this one, which is mine. So this has a battery in it. Again, it's SXJ. What can you say about this mod? It's gorgeous. Fit and finish is exquisite. I know they take a great deal of pride in making sure that every one of these is as perfect as humanly possible. As I said, they are making a few improvements on this to improve fit and finish from what it truly is. But overall, guys, hats off. It's phenomenal. I could not be more impressed. Let's take a bait. Fantastic. Great job, guys. Take care.